Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Looking now at some numbers for Cameron Thomas.
And, guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. The post tandem, Porter Jr. and Claxton. Guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas. And it's Williams at the 3. And for Washington, Keyshawn George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Kispert. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Sarr in at the center, filling out the middle. So, Tim, relative to the rest of the NBA, these two teams like to play a more measured pace.
That's right, Kevin. And as a result, execution is going to be critical. Timing and spacing and decisions with the basketball. Whichever team performs their sets the most cleanly will have the edge in this one.
A lot in front of them.
And Cam Thomas just does a great job there, absorbing the contact on his way up.
Middleton outside. Back to McCollum. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Demon. Pass to Williams. To the middle. He's looking for Claxton and finds him.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. McCollum with the bounce pass. McCollum with the screen for George. That one goes. Count it. Here's Demon. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Porter kicks to Williams. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
So it's Washington now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Inside, outside for George. Trains the three-pointer. George has got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Now, here's Porter. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Here's McCollum. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Takes it inside, and the rejection by Claxton. 4 on the clock. Another shot, and Middleton the bucket on the assist by McCollum.
And he's just one of those guys who's used to scoring with defenders draped all over him. Middleton there with great focus.
It's Porter outside. Another 3 for Brooklyn.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group. And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
George sets a screen for McCollum. Kispert on the wing. Launches a 3. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Pass to Porter. And Thomas has it in the corner. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They are on fire, just in a great groove here early on.
Wizards trail by 5. Now McCollum. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. From deep, George. Brooklyn with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Washington Wizards. The fader. And off the glass. That one's good.
Nice. A mid-range jumper by Middleton. I didn't know guys were allowed to take that shot anymore.
Pass to Thomas. That one drops for him. Thomas got 6 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Middleton outside. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. Now Kispert. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They're firing on all cylinders, executing the game plan coming in.
Now here's McCollum. Up top, Sarn. Pass to Kispert. And the dunk by Kispert.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
Offensive rebound. Wizards trail by 8. McCollum passes to Middleton. Back to McCollum. Now here's Middleton. Kispert setting the pick for Middleton. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said, the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Guys, back over to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. The Nets making a switch here. Highsmith is checked in. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Brooklyn. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. And, of course, the Washington Wizards tied right now. Thomas against McCollum. Pass to George. McCollum with the screen for George. Back to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to Orlando. Spins. Here's Highsmith. Takes the 3. The kick out to Porter. Lets it go from deep. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Wizards trail by 14. Now here's McCollum. Pass to Kispert. Middleton on the wing. Back to Kispert. The 19-foot shot. Porter pulls it in. Nets leading by 14. Back to Thomas. The tray. Rebound by Kispert.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
You know, Greg, talking about Cam Thomas now, what are some things you'd like to see him improve on?
Well, I'd say defense first and foremost. If he's able to improve there as well as his passing and playmaking, watch out. He's already an incredible scorer.
Now here's McCollum. McCollum with the screen on Williams. The Wizards with another miss. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
He had a nice open look right there. Williams has got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Washington making some changes. Koulibaly comes in for George. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for Corey Kispert. For Washington, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Pass to Koulibaly. And that one is stuffed right through.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And here's Sharp. Here's Clowney from deep. The rebound by Middleton.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And here's McCollum. Beyond the arc. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Highsmith. The three-pointer off the mark.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
Koulibaly with the screen from McCollum. With the drive. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there is enough game left to make corrections.
Here's Saroff. He's guarded by McCollum. .143 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Saroff. He's guarded by McCollum. Shot clock at 3.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Here's Saar. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Showing some strength on that finish. Saar just pushing through that contact.
Brooklyn leading by 13. Pass to Highsmith. Here's Saroff. Highsmith the pass to Porter. Nets passing it around to the paint. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's Sharp missing. Washington shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Carrington in the corner. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And you watch Bub Carrington, you know, Tim, for a young player, he has got a real feel for this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he quickly processes things out there. He's got great anticipation at both ends. And I'll tell you what, he's just getting started.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Bagley, he's checked in for Saar. Whitmore comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Johnson in for McCollum. Here's Saroff. Nothing on the board. To the inside. Koulibaly with the steal. Pass to Carrington. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, easy call.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good, Carrington. And both free throws good for Carrington. Brooklyn leading by 10. Here's Saroff. Pass to Highsmith. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Everybody in this league wants to run, but not everybody has the personnel to do it. This is a great start.
Wizards trail by 10 on the court right now. Second quarter starting for the Nets. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Saraf. And it's Highsmith in at the 2-guard.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
It's the Nets now, following the bucket by the Wizards. And stolen by Coulibaly. Johnson finds Whitmore. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a fighter. Whitmore was determined to get that to go.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
Free throw good, Whitmore. So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that. No coverage that time. Carrington's got 6.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. It's Sharp, top of the key. Pass to Porter. Back to Sharp. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with the treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Carrington. Here's Whitmore. On the 3 off target. Nets leading by 5. Pass to Saraf. Here's Highsmith. Covered by Johnson.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooter.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Brooklyn. 17 points was their biggest margin. Washington has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And that one drops for him. Whitmore's got his second basket of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Saraf, still without a basket. Pass to Porter, over Whitmore. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Wizards trail by 3. Now Carrington. The Wizards working the ball around now. And here's Johnson outside. Clowney pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trey Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Washington making some changes. George is checked in for Bagley. Kisper comes in for Cam Whitmore. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Johnson. And the Nets also making a change. Cameron Thomas, he's checked in for Saraf. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Highsmith. Lock at 6. Bounce pass from Sharp. Highsmith's shot is good. Highsmith's got 6.
Great use of the bounce pass right there, setting up his teammate.
So for the Wizards, their last game, a loss to the Rockets in Houston. Koulibaly with it. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Now, here's Thomas. Last game we saw him score 32. Good D by McCollum.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Kispert on the wing. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Nets leading by 3. Pass to Thomas. Now, here's Sharp. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Highsmith. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
For Brooklyn, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Over to the wing. Here's Clowney. That one doesn't drop. Washington has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Now McCollum, he has 5. Over Thomas. And again, Washington, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Highsmith's shot is off. Wizards trail by 3. Down low. Deflects the pass. Pass to Kispert. Here's Carrington. And it's McCollum in the corner. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on the roll.
George against Sharp. Here's Porter. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's Carrington. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. To the inside. Here's Clowney. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And the Nets lead by 2.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Wizards have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Koulibaly, bounce pass. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And he drops it in from the low post. McCollum's got the game tied up here for Washington.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. You know, Tim, throughout his career, C.J. McCollum has been the model of consistency.
Well, you can count on him to get you 20 with efficient shooting, Kevin. We've seen it now for over a decade, and I love his calm, steady demeanor. It stabilizes his team.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Stars checked in for Washington. Chris Middleton comes in for Carlton Carrington. Now here's Porter. He's got 5. Pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
And during his time in the league, the assist numbers have steadily improved for Thomas.
So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to Houston. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Thomas, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
Sharps checked in for Brooklyn. He hits the second from the line. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. Hit a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's McCollum. A miss that time would have put him up.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Williams passes to... Oh, what a slam!
Clean that up.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Claxton. Outside Williams. Pass to Sharp. Back to Thomas. That one, no good. Excellent D there from George. Middleton against Williams. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket for Middleton.
And I like how Middleton seemed unbothered by the shot contest there. What an effort.
Now, here's Thomas. 12 points for him. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
And here is Kispert. George with the screen on Thomas. Here's Kispert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordi Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
First one falls for him. Tim, this is going to hit home, and I'm sorry about it, but it's going on 5 decades since the Washington Wizards have enjoyed a 50-win season.
Kevin, you're breaking my heart. A couple generations have passed. So if this rebuild requires some patience, fans in the DMV are saying, what's a few more years?
Pittsburgh hits both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Outside Thomas. There's a good screen. Pass to Claxton. To the middle. Here's Clowney. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. And you look at Demon, 3rd in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
And, you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And so he makes both from the line.
And having a big man like him who's efficient from the line used to be a luxury, but it's becoming more and more common.
McCollum outside. Pass to Kispert. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Got that one up quick. Thomas got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if you didn't know before, this game is further proof that Thomas has a deep bag offensively.
Now, here's Kispert. He has 7. McCollum outside. Back to Sarr. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nick Claxton.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And Tim, watching Alex Sarr, it's clear he can be a defensive game changer.
Well, his versatility is what jumps out at you, Kevin. Able to guard the three-point line and protect the rim. He's everything you want in a shot blocker. Timing, length, and verticality.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And the big fella Alex Sarr showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well. And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Outside Thomas. Pass to Clowney. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Inside. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, in a game this close, that is a huge play.
Here's Sarr. Middleton the pass to McCollum. Middleton with a screen for McCollum. A rebound by the Nets.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Well, that happens sometime. Nothing is guaranteed in this league.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And for that game against the Celtics, they'll be facing a team that's had a little better year. But this game is winnable if they bring the energy.
Oh, they're going to need more than energy, Kenny. There's a talent gap here.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
They're playing with the team-first attitude, making that extra pass. Shaq, that could have been you.
You need to check your receipts, sir. Over 3,000 career assists. Apology accepted.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. C.J. McCollum out there with Corey Kispert. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Alexander Saw. And it's George in at the four-man position. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. Kispert dishes to Middleton. That three off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 6. To the paint and stolen by Saw. Kispert wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Kispert's got 13. Outside Williams fires the three. Rebound Washington. Sarr's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. George finds Kispert. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closer. George passes to Middleton. 4 on the shot clock. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Porter. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
McCollum, no good.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for George. He's getting around 4 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's putting in the effort, and you can see him getting better with time.
And the minutes will increase as he continues to improve.
Wizards trail by 3 to the inside. Here's Sarr. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
Free throw good, Thomas. Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love 2 big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
Middleton outside. Pass to McCollum from outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 13 points.
And McCollum has a nice feel for catch-and-shoot jumpers. That's a shot they want to create for him as much as possible.
Left side, Thomas. Over Kispert. Thomas, no luck.
At this point, they might need to try something different. Over to start the half.
Here's George. And the shot is good. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Wizards.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, they've shown great determination, and that speaks to the overall character of this team.
Thomas down low, defended by Kispert. Thomas, no luck.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Middleton against Porter. Middleton can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
The Wizards have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Claxton. Sarr. That's in. Coming off the assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside Williams. Pass to Claxton. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. And Claxton throws it down.
And how about the recognition by Thomas there, trying to keep others involved.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. And you look at Demon, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And, of course, Trey Johnson, doing just as much.
It's been a grand entrance to the NBA for both of these players. I mean, I think we could be seeing 2 of the next great playmakers in our league.
McCollum with the screen on Porter. Kicks it down to Middleton. 6 to shoot. And here's Kispert from the arc. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Here's the screen. Williams from outside, and Sarr pulls it down.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Williams against Middleton. Pass to George. Fires the 3. Good defense by Claxton. Here's Demon. Defended by George. There's a screen by Porter. And it's Demon missing. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up to the Wizards. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Claxton against Sarr. Kispert kicks to George. Back to Kispert. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Washington.
The mid-range game has been there for them all game long, and that old-school approach still getting it done in this one.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
And that one falls for Williams. And both free throws good for Williams. Washington trailing. Here's McCollum. 13 points in the game. Pass to Middleton. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Brooklyn.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Dalton Carrington's checked in for McCollum. So he gets them both.
And the experience and consistency Middleton offers is valuable to this team. He's still such an important player.
Pass to Claxton. Here's Demon. There's Porter with the three. Washington with the rebound. Middleton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now Carrington. Middleton outside. Back to Carrington. And here is Kispert. He's guarded by Thomas. The leaner. And that one hits back iron.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Washington's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. They set the screen. Back to Carrington. Pass to George. And he banks in the layup. George has got 4 this quarter.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Now Porter. Here's Thomas, defended by Kispert. Tries from 10, and too long on the shot.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Down low. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Middleton. He's right around 13 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
Yeah, truthfully, I think his numbers are fine, but in talking to him, he thinks they should be even better.
There's Thomas with the 3. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
The Wizards have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Pass to Kispert. Puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Sharp. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Nets. 17 points was their biggest margin. And here we go. Carrington with the ball. Now Thomas defending.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
The net shooting here, about 46% for the game. Thomas passes to Sharp. Over in the corner, Williams. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Koulibaly, he's checked in for the Wizards. The Nets also changing it up. Brownie's checked in, and Saraf's subbed in for Zaire Williams. Carrington bounce pass. They set the pick. Inside, and it's Kispert in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Kispert's got the lead up to 3 now for the Wizards.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
Burnett shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Pass to Thomas. To the middle. Here's Clowney. Here's Highsmith. From outside, off the mark.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
You know, Tim, when you look at Bilal Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
Yes, 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skills.
Nets trail by 5. Here's Clowney. Pass to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. And they get it. And he lays it up and in. Thomas got 6 here in this quarter.
Inside, Cam Thomas really relies on his agility and touch to get it done.
1:36 left in the third quarter. They set the pick. Back to Carrington. The stupendous finish in traffic. Koulibaly's got the lead, back up to 5 now for Washington. .121 left to play in the third. Pass to Clowney. Outside Thomas. To the inside. Sharp, that's good. Sharp's got 5 points so far.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Carrington with the ball. 8 points for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
For the Wizards, Bagley, he's checked in for George. Whitmore comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Kispert. And the Nets also making a change. Wilson's checked in. McCollum outside. On the wing, Koulibaly. Oh, good on the triple. Nets trail by 3. Pass to Highsmith. Now Sharp, defended by Carrington. Clowney, good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the third. Now McCollum, 13 points in the game. Seconds left. He's off on that one. A big-time effort for Corey Kispert, providing a lot of energy for the Washington Wizards. Offensively, this has been his best game of the season. This is the most points he's scored all year. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Then it's Saraf. Then it's Sharp. And it's Highsmith in at the two-guard spot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
McCollum, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Porter. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Carrington. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 6. Whitmore. Porter pulls it in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
To take the lead. Porter can't get that one to fall.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
McCollum outside. Over Saraf. And a little luck that time, but it drops. McCollum's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards. Pass to Porter. And there's a whistle. That goes on Carlton Carrington. That is his first foul of the game. Traore's checked in for Saraf. And Brooklyn has possession. Here's Traore. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the Nets miss again. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. McCollum kicks to Bagley. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Well, you can't let that happen. That seems like a mental mistake.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Wizards making a switch here. Sarge checked in. Cameron Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, well, Jordi Fernandez was just reviewing the plan with his team. He was very encouraging with his guys, saying to them, we are still in this one. Don't give up right now. Get out there and let's grab this lead from them. Guys, let's see if the intensity picks up here.
Okay, Ellie, thank you. Down low, pass to Sharp. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Alex Song. The free throw drops for Sharp. That one is no good. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And that one misses. And he's good on the second.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs them.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Now here's Thomas. It's deflected. Sharp. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Sharp's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pass to McCollum. Over Thomas. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Wizards lead by 2. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Outside Thomas. Got a piece of it.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sar, has major defensive potential.
McCollum up top. Pass to Coulibaly. Here's Carrington. The rebound by Sharp.
He bailed out the defense because that's an easy look for him.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Alex Song.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Good on the second free throw. Wizards have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Carrington with the ball. Pass to Coulibaly. Drills the three-pointer. And the Wizards lead by 4.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. And you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Outside Williams. Thomas down low. He's guarded by McCollum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And such a strong guard. Thomas is tough to handle around the rim.
Take a break. Take a break.
And he makes the first.
And Thomas has that reputation of being a little shot happy, but the fact is Cam is a pure scorer. He's got a strong handle, he's shifty, and he has a knack for hitting tough shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. George is checked in for Bilal Coulibaly. Chris Middleton comes in for Whitmore. And Kispert subbed in for Carlton Carrington. George dishes to McCollum. Middleton outside. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you can tell Porter Jr. wants to keep getting better. And that's one reason why this team is still so high on him.
And Porter drops them both. And so it's Washington with it. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Strong. The pass to Middleton. Near the three-point line. It's Kispert. Can't nail the jumper.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
I'm not sure what he was thinking right there, but we see this in this game sometimes.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Demon, he's checked in for Brooklyn. It's the Nets now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Outside Williams. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Nets lead by 4.
In this era of the NBA, you just can't let guys have good looks from the three. Pretty much everyone in this league can make you pay.
George sets a screen for McCollum. Pass to Kispert to stop the run. Rebounded by the Nets. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Demon. Good. Nice job down low. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. McCollum with the bounce pass. McCollum with the screen on Porter. Inside. Song. Yes! And the foul. It's on Nick Claxton.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Sarr, no good on the free throw.
And there's just so much potential for Sarr. He's got that Wemby-like build with a lot of skill.
That's the Demon. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Wizards. Middleton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's McCollum off the drive. And he comes up with the deuce. Now just a 2-point Brooklyn lead. The net shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Pass to Thomas. To the paint. He's looking for Claxton and finds him. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Claxton drops them both. Wizards trail by 4. McCollum kicks to Kispert. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Kispert's got 12 points in just the second half. Outside Porter. It's Claxton high post. Working on Sarr.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Pass to George. Kispert on the wing. Here's Middleton. Brooklyn with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nets. Here's McCollum.
Yes, CJ.
Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 11 rebounds in the game.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. And Claxton throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And here's McCollum. Pass to Kispert. It's good from long range. Kispert's got 6 in the quarter.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
And he's keeping the game within striking distance. I don't know where they'd be without his shooting.
Now Thomas. Stolen by Kispert. McCollum. What a finesse finish on the lay-in.
The defense just has no answers for him right now. With each made basket, the more his confidence continues to grow.
Nets leading by 3. Porter outside. Now Thomas. And he gets that one to go.
Oh, huge bucket by Thomas there. The pressure of the moment just does not seem to faze him in the slightest.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Wizards trail by 5. Now Kispert. Outside George. Here's McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Now George. Sarr. Porter pulls it down.
Well, that's a tough matchup for the offense there. It's a low probability on that shot.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Yep, that's going to go in.
All the strength from the big fella. Porter is used to having to power through contact.
And Porter, no good on that one. Washington's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
Well, you would think by now they would have learned their lesson defensively. You have to stay connected to him.
It's tipped. Now McCollum launches from deep. Claxton with the rebound.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the 3.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejection. Wow.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. For 3. Porter pulls it down.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Washington shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Now Sarr. Oh, great touch off the pass.
And this kid has star written all over him. Sarr putting the league on notice. Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kinds of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Now here's Thomas, defended by Kispert. Porter outside. Thomas surveying the D. Raises up. Sarr pulls it down. So it's Washington now. McCollum outside. Now Sarr. And he jams it in.
You remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Outside Thomas. That's in there.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. What do you think we're going to see here?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
McCollum outside for the win. Missed on the 3. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony.